Okay, well, you really can't tell it done anything, but there is a brand new thermal fan clutch in there. She's all tightened up. I managed to weasel it out the bottom. We're fixing to crawl under the truck. We're going to do a little oil change, because I've got about 450, 500 miles on this thing. So it's time to change oil in it. We're going to do a little change. And I didn't get to use the big boy's oil filter I wanted to use, as it really doesn't have the adequate clearance. It kind of does and it kind of don't to get it out, so I'm going to use just one of those. And like I said, those are Delco filters. They're good filters, but I'd rather run a Wix, so I will run a Wix later on, but this oil change will last about another 500 miles. I'm a fanatic on changing oil on something new, so we're going to do that. And we've got a problem with the clutch linkage. The actual parts, yeah, I can get them. They're like $15 for this little nut right here. See that nut, that little stud with the nut on it? Yeah, the correct one for this truck is not threaded like this one's threaded for that rod. I've got a fine thread instead of a coarse thread rod, for one. For two, I think it's even slightly larger. I'm not real sure, but mine's wore over halfway through. We're going to run a drill bit through this, or whatever the heck we have to do to make it work, because this was like $6 for this little thing, which I'm not even real sure what the hell this goes to. It says GM. It says clutch adjustment assembly GM. That's all the heck it says. But it's got two sets of holes there in the end. See, there's one on that side, one on that side, which I need the shorter one, of course. So, in case you was wondering what I was trying to hang on to, is that cotter pin, which is going to go into this. Pooey! Tastes like crap too. I was trying to hang on to it with my lips, free up my hand. But anyway, we are going to get under there and pop a drain plug, let the oil be draining, and we're going to start taking this apart. I'll show you when I get it out what's going. Oh frig, where did she go? Those things are expensive. Not really, but that one may be going into the abyss. I see it. Well, let's try to dig it out of there. Now I'll crawl into the truck. I'll show you more in a minute. Alright, everybody, you see this? Mechanic's best friend. Seriously, clean anything with it, especially do an oil change. This can be your best friend. Your next best friend, your gloves. Yeah, whether you want to admit it or not. A lot of Indians give me a hard time over the gloves. I really care. Gloves are a good thing, okay? Well, anyway, to make a long story short, you can see my exhaust tube right there. You see where it's all nice and shiny? Well, I had a little altercation with an oil filter, with the pliers, with the filter pliers, and I kind of dug into the filter. Yeah, it started leaking real good, and I ain't to say, I squished it a little bit, which pushed some oil up into the extension housing, you know, that it bolts into, the adapter as they call it. And when I took it off, it went everywhere. But anyway, I wiped it off. Well, here's what you got to do. Granted, I can't really do this with the camera, but we're going to give you the instance of it. You just kind of you rinse it off, everything that you get oil on, and it yeah, saves from having the stink going on. But anyway, we're gonna get off here and off this camera and do it right. But let's get in here and get the clutch linkage out.